We'll finish up with some of that S-mount stuff that we were doing. More so, and it may not even really be S-mount. I may just make it more getting to mount here. But with you folks that are competing this coming weekend, if I see anybody just step over his waist and you get put in half guard, I'm going to lose my mind right there in front of everybody. Just telling you. So we're going to take advantage of getting this underhook. Okay, so we're not going to give up that guard pass. Or I'm sorry, that re-guard from him, right? So if I'm here, if I just try to do this, he's going to get his guard back. I didn't do anything to negate what he's doing defensively, so he's just going to turn his hips and get himself in half guard. Okay? We're not doing that this weekend. This coming weekend. I'll skip here. So when I'm in here, side control, pressure on him, right? I've already got the underhook. Let's take advantage of it, okay? So from a scoring perspective, I can pop up my knee on belly here and still score and work on opening this elbow like we've been doing. So I'm in here tight, knee on belly. I can hold him here, right? Come back down, and I can walk this here. Notice my right leg hasn't come over yet, okay? I'm gonna walk this up, control. That's when I'm going to windshield wipe. Here, I'm pinching my knees together. Notice how my foot's not right next to his legs. Okay, so if he tries to reach for it, it's not there. I have his arm way up high so I can take a high mount from here. My knee's going to come really high. And then I'm going to switch here so you can see. Okay. Here. All right, I've already got, essentially, I'm underneath his arm. I'm going to pick him up and switch into that S-mount position, okay? So we covered last week all these different attacks we can do from here, all right? Maybe something's breaking down. If we're in mount, when we're competing this weekend, I don't want to get bucked off. So if I feel like I'm losing it, I'm just going to adjust what we're doing, all right? So if I don't like it, maybe I'm sitting too low on him, I'm going to be in here tight first. And then I'm just going to work on setting up the next position. We want to keep trying to advance. So if I'm in here, I can go collar in. So thumb in the collar here. And I'm just going to start setting him up, take his back. Okay? So I'm not going to get anything here. But what I can do is from this position, go back into mount. And I'm going to start to grind against his neck here. So my hand is deep, knuckles on the mat. Drop my elbow into him and turn. So I'm kind of hitting that artery a little bit. He's either going to sit here and try to take it, which is not going to work out too well, all right, because then I'm going to work trying to choke him, okay? What he's probably going to do is try to get that hand involved and get that pressure off him. When he does, this is what I'm looking for, okay? I'm going to post. I've got my weight into him, and I'm going to drag, and I'm going to bump him with this knee. Get that knee high, okay? Now, this foot's going to come up tight, right? And then I'm going to come up underneath for my seatbelt, all right? If he goes to grab from here, I'm going to catch this like a gift wrap, okay? And from there, I can get my Kimura grip, all right? He's not going to be able to turn if I pull him over this way now, okay? So I'm going to fold my right knee to his back. Notice my knee's really high up on his head. And I'm going to pull, don't pull him backwards to my back. I'm going to pull to the far left side. I'm almost going to sit him up first. So I'm going to pull here, he's on his butt, to the side, okay? This is going to allow me to keep him from turning. And I can get my hooks here. If I'm attacking, once he brings his right arm in to defend, I can control his arm too, okay? I'll just do it from here. Scoot down here a little bit. Good. So, in tight, already underneath his arm. So I can pop up, knee to the mat, keep your elbow down, right? Walk my hand. Start to move it, okay? Now I'm grabbing his armpit with that hand that's underneath his neck. Windshield wipe, pinch my knees. And then I'm going to take that high mount here, pull up, and I'm going to sit to that S mount. If that doesn't work, He starts to scoot or he's bridging, right? I'm gonna come back down with my thumb in his gi. Down to that high mount still. I don't wanna sit back on his hips. And I'm gonna drop this forearm into his neck towards his chest and turn, okay? I want him to get that pressure off. That's gonna be my opportunity to post. Pick my knee up, turning to his side, okay? The knee is high behind his head. This foot's gonna come up, reach underneath, get my seatbelt, okay? He's gonna get his hands involved, right? If I can get that gift wrap, I'll take it, and get that Kimura grip, all right? Turn. So, trying to get my seatbelt, he gets his hands involved. Here, here. So I'm gonna take my right hand, grab his wrist, left hand's gonna grab my wrist, okay? And then I can keep it really tight. Pull my knee really high by his head. I'm gonna start to sit. From here, I'm gonna pull him all the way to the left. I'm not gonna fall to my back. If I fall to my back, he's gonna scoot out, okay? Or he can scoot out. I wanna go all the way to the side. Get my hooks. Any questions on that? Yes.
So when you have the thumb and the collar and you're switching to tech mount, is there anything you're doing with your shoulder or your elbow to keep them from repummeling that underhook?
So I'm high mount, thumb in, pressure, what are you talking about?
So,
Which arm?
so the arm that you have the collar with, when
Yep.
you move to tech mount, is there any way he's going to be able to repummel that underhook?
This?
Yes, with his left arm to get back through.
To get through where?
When you move to tech mount, when you get him on his side.
Okay, okay. So, okay, gotcha. All right, so I'm gonna drive. Underhook where?
Is there any way he can get his left elbow back through that hole right there?
To wrap around me?
Yeah.
It's gonna be difficult.
Okay.
Okay, try to punch your arm around it. All right, it's gonna be difficult because I'm threatening that choke, and then I'm just gonna bump him with that knee as I move him. Okay. Now, hold my knee really high up behind his head. I keep my kickstand out here so I have some base. All right, a little bit. Ball of your foot if your feet can take it. I've got an arthritic joint in that foot, so if you can take this and it doesn't feel like your foot's gonna explode, then go ahead and do it. Me, unfortunately, I just can't. So yeah. So here, reach under. Okay, reach under. Try to go for my seatbelt. Okay. If he gets his hands involved, that's fine, right? If I have the opportunity to take this gift wrap position, I will. Okay. Now that arm's, it's really hard for him to ever turn into me at this point. Okay. Now, once I have him, sit high, so my knee's really high by his head, pull him all the way directly to the left, over towards my hip. So he almost sits on his butt for a second. Here, to the side. Get my hooks. Any other questions? Good? All right, get your partners. We're going to work through that.